our fans, they deserved it, and they are always behind us, and we have had so many setbacks, so I'm really pleased with the performance from this team. So what can a team handle? What can a team deal if you have so many setbacks as we had in the first season half? But they are resilient, you see. They have showed character, they have personality, and to turn it around. And yeah, very pleased with this performance from my team.
It was fantastic, the first part of the season we did. Fantastic, 39 points. And of course, we missed a very great opportunity today to take the points, but we had to accept. And now, my only focus is to start the second part of the season against Burnley on Saturday, trying to prepare this match.
Garnacho's a special talent, isn't he? I mean, he left the field, his name was ringing out in the stadium.
He played a fantastic game, and he was so disappointed after West Ham United that he didn't score, and when he was in one-on-ones, and now he had twice he got rewarded for all the work and all the investment he put in this game.
How important do you think it might be for Rasmus Højlund as well to finally get that first goal in the Premier League?
So he knows he can do it. On the highest level, Champions League, he scored 5, so that is demonstrated ability. So then you know you can also do it on any level. Premier League is close to Champions League, so it will come, but it will give him confidence. And when strikers have confidence, they will score more.
That is a fact. What a turnaround. A massive 3 points for Manchester United. What was it they did differently, Danny, particularly in the second half?
Well, collectively, the urgency and intensity was better. Individually, I thought the quality and game intelligence to overcome that Aston Villa high line was much better, and especially from Garnacho. I thought he was outstanding. Playing on the right-hand side, he'd been switched to the right to bring Rashford in. He looked more comfortable, more productive. Rashford looked happy. They were at it second half. This is early in the second half. This is the high line we're talking about. It's offside, but it was closer. They caught him 6 times in the first half. You can see it's just on the edge. And you could sense there was a difference in United's play. Fernandes, superb second half, winning the ball back, pressing higher. This isn't what we've seen from Manchester United a lot this season. Rashford comfortable on the left. Great ball across. No mistake this time from Garnacho. And as I said, the body language a little bit different, both of them. More at it, and on that right-hand side, he can go both ways. He's more right-footed. Again, drags one past the post, but nice and productive, really intense with his play and direct. And now United got the confidence, the fans are behind them, they're back in the game, they're throwing men forward, they're producing better quality, and sometimes you need a bit of luck. Little deflection, and boy, did he deserve it with the amount of effort and hard work you put in. And if you want to see that now, this is late in the game, he's over on the left because Rashford's just gone off. And he wants to take him on, and he tries, but the old calves go on him, and we've all been there. Well, maybe not you, Gary. I don't know if you've ever run that much, but he was outstanding, and United deserve a lot of credit because at half-time, there was a lot of discontent, and Erik Ten Hag was under siege.
A very special moment, wasn't it, for Rasmus Højlund? His first Premier League goal. And I think he enjoyed it.
Yeah, and his 15th game, so he should enjoy it because he's had to put up with a lot, fairly at times, unfairly at other times because of lack of service. But this is the moment he's been waiting for. This didn't happen in the first half. They didn't press like that. Anthony came on late in the second half and pressed up, and then they got the corner from that. And this is the moment he's been waiting for. This could be a game changer for him in terms of confidence, in terms of belief. As I said, he's only 20, he's had to put up with a lot already, with being so inexperienced, but what a finish, the swivel. And, as I said, for going forward, that could and should mean so much to him. We know what it's like because we all talk about the goals that make the difference for forwards. I mean, just look at his reaction there. So him going into games in the future, that should be fantastic for him. Great confidence.
Totally agree. As for Aston Villa, that's the draw against Aston Villa and now losing a 2-goal lead against Manchester United. A bit of a dampener for them.
Yeah, they've had a poor few days, but they've had lots of positive days this season, and they'll be back. They're still having a great season with a great manager. First time they've lost from a winning position, but they'll be back. But I've always said that I don't see them as championship contenders. I see them as trying to get in top 4, top 5.
Okay.
I'm guessing a lot of you Man United fans watching wouldn't mind hearing from the goal scorers tonight, so let's get them.
Alejandro, Rasmus, congratulations. How does that feel?
Thank you very much. No, yeah, it's a great feeling,
We are Manchester United. We are 2-0 down, and we never give up. So it's a great comeback from the team.
Yeah, the second half was a fantastic reaction. 2 goals from Alejandro and a goal for you finally as well, Rasmus. I guess you're the happiest man in Manchester.
Yeah, it's been a while, but yeah, I'm happy. I'm the happiest man alive right now. You can see on the celebrations as well. And yeah, like Anna said, we believe until the end, and we showed a lot of character again today.
Important result today, clearly, but for you to get that first goal as well, how difficult have these months been after the move not to get that first Premier League strike?
Yeah, like the manager said, I've scored a couple in the Champions League, but of course it's been a while in the Premier League now. So I'm happy to get the first one, and now hopefully I can just build on that and keep going.
Do you remember it?
Yeah, it was first time finish on the post, and then it went in. So yeah, I'm happy. But I'm happy for the 3 of us and for the attackers as well, because today we showed a lot of character, and we showed a lot of confidence as well.
They're taking it in turns to sing both your names in the Stretford end. Incredible. For you, in that second half, Alejandro, the way that you grasped that game, you grabbed that game, was that what you were aiming to do? Was that your determination?
Yeah, I said in the tenure we need just 1 goal to be back on the game, and I scored the first one, but they say it was offside. But I said before, we never give up, so it's just to score the first goal and then keep pressing. And I'm very happy for Rasmus also to get his first goal. And too many people talk about the strikers in Manchester United. We never score goals, I see, but today you see Rashford with assists, with goals. So we are very happy. Everyone.
That's more like it, isn't it?
Very happy. One of the best days of my life.
Really fantastic. Well, it's going to get even better. Rasmus, can you provide him with that, the player of the match, Alejandro Garnacho?
This is my player of the match.
Thank you, brother. I love you.
Well done, guys.
A lot of relief, a lot of smiles, a lot of happiness, and understandably so, because okay.
Hunger, a bit of appetite at last after that self-induced coma he's been in for the first 4 months of the season. Garnacho, I think we have to give credit to get how young he is. Again, the personality, the quality that he showed in difficult circumstances tonight to step up and take on that mantle in the second half. I thought he was fantastic. But collectively, they showed great spirit, tenacity, doggedness in that second half of Manchester United, and that was enough to get the best of a very below par, out of sorts Aston Villa team. But they had to be beaten, and they done it second half.
2-0 down at half-time against a team riding high near the top of the league. Having not scored a goal in 4 games, the crowd getting on them, the new owners or co-owners in place. There's a lot of ingredients there for things to go really sour in that second half.
Yeah, look, I mean, we were talking before the show about Kenny said that Erik ten Hag could be in charge for a while yet, but if results like this stood tonight 2-0, I think he'd be under an enormous amount of pressure. But he got a reaction from his players. We're talking about before the game how he motivates his players, and they came out motivated. But I think Aston Villa would have an awful lot of regrets, you know, because the one thing I think everybody knows at Manchester United, if you play with a tempo, high energy, and run right over the top of them, they can't match you, right? But if you drop your tempo and you drop your standards, Manchester United have got some very good players, and if you open the door for them, they will come through. Aston Villa needed to come out the second half and keep the tempo high and run Manchester United out the door, but unfortunately it didn't. They dropped it off, and Man United came into it and got their reward.
You said Aston Villa, even when they were 2-0 up at half-time, you said they'd been in 3rd gear. What gear were they in the second half there?
Oh no, yeah, slipped into neutral. Yeah, couldn't get into gear second half. So out of sorts. Damien speaks about the kind of high energy, dynamic, energetic performance that we're used to seeing. But even like the quality of their pass and that kind of slick interchange between players wasn't there at all. And even the goals were kind of self-inflicted in the end. Diego Carlos in particular in the lead up to the first goal. But once Manchester United sensed a bit of blood, got that first goal, again the crowd got kind of energised. You just felt as if there was kind of momentum was building behind Manchester United, and Villa had no answer second half.
A lot of Villa players spoke before the game, and all the pieces we were reading about, you know, how they believe they're going to go to Manchester United, and they are that team that they can go there and get points. Well, they had 3 of them in the bag at half-time. They came out and they didn't play like that. You know, they didn't keep their foot on the gas. Even if they didn't get any more goals, they need to keep the tempo of the game high. And give Manchester United a problem and make it difficult for them. But if you drop the tempo, players like Garnacho will come into it, and if there's no tempo in the game, they can step forward, and they did.
How much does this do for Manchester United over and above the 3 points? Is it as simple as just they've gotten the win, or will the circumstances really help build the idea that actually we've got a bit of, while the football was far from perfect, certainly in the first half, we've got a bit of something about us now mentally?
Yeah, of course it'll help, and the manner of the victory will help in terms of kind of confidence and belief in terms of the messaging coming from the manager. But there's still underlying weaknesses within that squad that can't be rectified. It's going to have to wait possibly the transfer window, probably more so till next summer. But in the meantime, that group have got to rally together, pull around each other, and show a little bit of character and resolve. And they've done that. We saw it a little bit at Anfield a few days ago in terms of that kind of defensive structure. We saw that again second half today against Aston Villa from an attacking point of view. Those front three in particular showing real incisiveness and quality in the final third of the pitch. Spoke about Hoyland being isolated at times. Showed the clips in the West Ham game. Not enough people around them being the only option when the ball came into the box. Well, every time Manchester United got into the last where the ball's coming into the box, Rashford was attacking the back post. Garnacho was attacking the other back post. Hoyland was getting to that centre between the posts where you want them to be. So it's just the fundamentals for me. Manchester United done better.
What do you think psychologically? Nothing beats a comeback.
I think it's huge, and I think it's huge for the new ownership as well. You know, it's the first game after the owners came in. They'd have been looking at this closely, thinking, right, we have big plans for January. We have big plans for the future of this football club. And to get that win now, you know, hopefully that'll be some air injected into the bubble that will keep Manchester United going. It'll inspire the owners to maybe do a bit of work in January.
This season, with United struggling, all of a sudden you're thinking, oh, they're falling off a cliff here. They bounce back with a really important result. We've probably seen it 3 or 4 times already. You could probably put this into this category until they put back-to-back 3 or 4 consecutive victories together. Maybe you can talk about maybe turn it. I don't think this team can turn a corner.
But I think the owners, I think the owners coming in now, you know, before they'd win a game and everything would slip back into its routine of just mediocrity. But hopefully these owners are in now and they'll make moves in January. You know, they'll hopefully bring some players in and move some players out, more importantly. And if they can do that and show... And by the way, they finished the game with Gore, Hannibal and Kamboala on the pitch. I think those guys have to be involved. You know, get the dead wood, start moving it out now, start getting it out of the way. And even if you have to go 6 months with kids till you get to the summer, that's not a bad route for me. I think you'll get more effort out of Manchester United.
OK, we've got to take a quick break. We'll be back. Loads more reaction to come after these.
Really, I've been a little bit disappointed with Aston Villa, their overall performance, to be honest with you. I think they're almost in third gear. That's a reflection of where we are. 2-0
up. Still 2-0 up.
Yeah, and more to come. 2 of the goals coming from kind of set pieces, well-worked set pieces. Bit of a decent response from Manchester United. Showed some quality in the last attack and towards as the half progressed, which will give them a little bit of encouragement for the second half. But yeah, the big worry is for me is Villa still have another couple of games to find.
Yeah, they haven't had to do too much in open play because they've had 2 goals from set pieces. Damien, you said when the first one went in, there's a lot to get into here, so let's start getting into it.
Well, yeah, I mean, 2 set piece goals. I think Villa have been pretty good. Leon Bailey standing in an offside position just to unsettle him. He then vacates the space, so he's not interfering. Jacob Ramsey makes a run across the front. He interferes potentially with Onana, but then one of the centre-backs just got to go and head it. You know, Varane or Johnny Evans. See Johnny Evans there preoccupied with marking his man. That ball comes an awful long way. It's not a flat delivery. It's in the air a long time. One of the centre-backs got to go and head that. Both of them in the middle of the goal. Ends up hitting nobody and creeps in at the far post. Very similar to a goal they conceded recently in the Champions League to Fenerbahce. I'm not sure what they were looking for, the VAR, because it took some time to give it, but yeah, not a good goal to concede.
Yeah, but you see a lot of this in the modern game. Defenders become so concentrated on just pinning their man, they forget to actually go and head the ball. They're in a position to head the football. I'd be a bit more critical of Onana there.
Yeah, he does a lot of goalkeeping going backwards, doesn't he? He never seems to be attacking those sort of situations.
Yeah, but we know his size, his kind of physicality, 6'4". He makes an early decision there to come. I think he goes and deals with that.
But see, that ball's in there such a long time and that line is dropping on top of him. It's very hard for him to make a decision to come through all them bodies. I think that ball is dropping right in the middle of that line, and Johnny Evans is the one for me. I agree with Kenny. He gets preoccupied with marking a man, and it's almost like say, well, he's not scoring, so I'm fine. Somebody else will sort it out, as opposed to just going, I could pick up the flight of that, let it go, and go and head the ball. I mean, it's an awful goal to concede.
The second goal wasn't much better from United's point of view. Obviously, you've got to give Villa credit for these ones as well. This one in particular was well finished.
Yeah, it's really well worked. Longley starts in the central position, so the penalty box. Look at him spin to the back post. But Man United are kind of zonal marking, so there has to be a Manchester United player at that back post. I think it's Dalot. Dalot gets pushed to the back post, and that it creates a little pocket of space to the right shoulder of Varane. Look at Varane, he's 5-6 yards away, he's too far away, he doesn't react quick enough. Have a look at Dalot, he's on the back post. Dalot should be 3-4 yards up for me, alongside Varane, in the face of Longley, maybe getting his head on that. So really good movement from the Aston Villa players, but United have to react for that, you have to see it.
But on top of that too, like the 3 players, which Kobe Mainu gets blocked off by Konza. That's why sometimes you see the 3 defenders step off and just say, you take the first one, you take the mid one, and I'll take the back one. Mainu gets attracted round, then tries to run through the group. Konza blocks him off, and Longley, a centre-back, gets that much space, the back post, headed back, cost goal, and then Varane lets it too easily for me down the side.
It was interesting seeing the Villa coaches. So Emery give him the high five. A lot of smart stuff there from Villa's point of view.
Oh, it's well worked, but I mean, there's nothing amazingly clever there. I mean, 95% of Premier League teams will deal with that. They'll have a setup for it. It's just with Manchester United. They just, you know, the gift that keeps on giving.
Mano's job is only to be a nuisance, though, isn't to try and get a block on Langley. He's not expected to go out muscle Longley. Once he gets past him, Varane and Johnny Evans are spare on the edge of that 6
It's his job to disrupt the timing, but he never gets a chance to disrupt it.
But once he doesn't do that, it's then the responsibility of Varane for me. He's the player who's got to recognise that, maybe shift his feet. Dallow even, rather than worrying about Ramsey, he's got to step forward, recognise where that pocket of space has appeared. Someone take responsibility to go and deal with it.
Who are you pinning the blame on for that one? That second goal?
The defensive set piece coach, you know, to set that up the way he did. There's no need for Manu to give Longley a free run like that.
Manchester United haven't scored in 4 games, Kenny, and so far they haven't scored in this one. Do you think they've offered enough going forward?
Just enough to give you, like I said, a little bit of confidence, a little bit of belief. Maybe there's a couple of goals from here in this second half. A lovely little combination play here. I think Eriksen's got to take responsibility there, have a touch and get a shot on target. He sent a goal 20 yards out. This is the run for me that's going to open Villa up. A deep run. Fernandes in that number 10 position, just arriving late in time in his run. Again, a great position here. I thought he could have taken on the shot. Rashford doesn't quite get hold of it. To be fair to Rashford, I thought he's looked a little bit sharp, a little bit brighter, a little bit hungrier in his play. I think if he'd have been in this position, he would have taken the shot on rather than Garnacho looking to pick out Højlund. I never thought he was on. And again, Rashford, again demanding the ball, showing more appetite tonight, more hunger than what I've seen from him previously. And there's that ball over the top. We know it's always on. We know Villa have that high defensive line. It's all about patience from those United forward players, not to be too hungry to get into the space too soon. Just hold your run and be patient and wait for the timing of that ball over the top.
Okay, well, Liverpool have gone top of the league with their win earlier on today against Burnley, but Aston Villa look like they're...
They certainly have.
Derek Ray, joined here on the commentary box as always by Lee Dixon, and it's all about action from the Premier League in this case. It is Manchester City up against Tottenham Hotspur.
Yeah, thank you, Derek. Always my favourite time of the week, spending time with you at games. We should be in for a belter here with these two.
And here's the Manchester City lineup. Ederson gets the nod in goal. Alexander Zinchenko starts with Joao Cancelo in the fullback positions. Kevin De Bruyne starts with Rodri in central midfield. And the main forward is Gabriel Jesus. Joao Cancelo. Patient enough build-up. Can they carve out a chance? Must take the lead here. Well, they're going to be... I must say, I think it's impossible to take your eyes off Kevin De Bruyne when he's in top form. And Lee, so much to like about the Belgian and the way he goes about his business.
Absolutely. I'm just trying to think of a weakness. I'm not sure how good he is in the air. Heading, he probably can still head the ball, but everything else, left foot, right foot, sees a pass, scores goals, energetic, vibrant, hungry. I could go on all night long.
Complete player. Got to it easily, the keeper. Losing the ball, Dele Alli. De Bruyne threading it through. Reguilon. Now Son. Promising move from Tottenham. Well, the defending not the best here. And a Tottenham Hotspur pretty clear.
Well, I like that, Derek. Good refereeing. Nice and strong. Told the player exactly.
Ball is loose. MRBEAR.
Well, goalkeepers live a charmed life at times, but that was just brilliant. Really, really good goalkeeping.
Lo Celso. Lo Celso. Bale. Son in the centre. Just not testing the